Welcome to Dirty Fanatics United.
Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, Dirty Fanatics United is coming at you live on a Friday night as usual. As always, I am your host, C Money, Mr. Chase Cravey from DFU. As always, my co-host to my right, Mr. Philip Sapp, a.k.a. Avis in the building. Cody, keep pounding them pansies. Keeler is here. And my guy, Robert Megabiff, is here in the chat, man. Falcon fans, hit that like button. Leave a comment if you haven't already. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Falcon fans, we have episode 100 coming at you live tonight. As always, it's a pleasure. Glad to have each and every supporter here tonight. Falcon fans, what's going on? Philip, Cody, Robert, what's popping off, boys?
It's been a week, that's for sure. Hey, man, we going back to war this week. They want some more ass whooping, so we handing it out this week. I can't wait to get to Sunday and bounce back after last week's performance. Can't wait. After this long week of work, everything else, man, I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Can't complain. Mr. Cody Keeler, what's going on, brother? Glad to have you here. As always, it's an honor to have Cody on the live podcast. Cody, what's going on, man? How's life been treating you? How's the work life going on? How's the somber week been coming off the Falcons, man? Cody, what's going on?
Man, I tell you what, work has been busy, and let me tell you, the Falcons definitely set the tone for this week. It has been sloppy. It has been flat. It's been a week. Obviously, I'm dealing with some sinus stuff, so my bad if I sound kind of nasally tonight. But we're here. We're here to talk Dirty Bird football. Tampa Bay lost, thank God, to Baltimore. So you know what? We can go ahead and take that Seattle loss, wash it, and we're on to Tampa Bay. So at least we got that good news.
Absolutely. Mr. Robert, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Been a week since we've talked Falcon football here on the podcast. Well, I say a week, but Sunday. So it's been, 5 days, 5-6 days. So episode 100, man, it's going to be a banger here tonight. Possible special guest appearance. Somebody with a very, very big popular following on Instagram. Robert, what's going on, man? How have we been doing?
As well.
It's been a week, recovering from the Seattle loss, and week didn't start off very well. Wound up at the doctor's office, but got through it, and now we're just getting ready to take on the Bucs. And they're coming off; their two receivers are injured. We got to exploit their weaknesses. We got to get this W.
Absolutely, man. Robert, did not know you were in the hospital or at the doctor, brother. So prayers to you, man. Hope everything works out.
Appreciate it. Everything's
glad
good.
to have you here on the show tonight, as always. Robert, another excellent co-host here for DFU. Glad to have all three of my guys here on the channel with me. Falcon fans, we are heading into not week 7, but week 8 here into the NFL. Falcon fans, it is getting deep and it is getting real. Sunday, big game in Tampa Bay against those ugly creamsicle jerseys. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Falcon fans, weigh in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling about Tampa Bay versus your Atlanta Falcons. But before we do that, Philip, Cody, Robert, we have some injury report and a name that hits the injury list for the second time this season. First time, nothing to worry about. Second time here, missing possibly Sunday in Tampa Bay. Justin Simmons coming off the injury. Another injury that I didn't even really know nothing about until this week came up. Philip, Cody, Robert, the weighing in of Justin Simmons not being here Sunday. You see a possible return here for Richie Grant. How are we feeling about this matchup? Philip, take it away, and then y'all just rotate it.
With the way they're possibly saying that they're already pushing up Richie. Makes me believe that Simmons may not play. I mean, if he does, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So it might be a couple plays here and there. It might be a certain package that he plays. Who knows? You know, he is doubtful, but I have the confidence in Richie to be on the other side of Jesse Bates. Still got AJ. Had a bad week this past week, but it is what it is. Going to bounce back from that. You know, he's going to be safe in good hands with the people around him. I mean, after all, we have the whole crash out crew running with us, so we're going to be fine. We have a good little matchup ahead of us. They are without one of their main receivers and possibly their second top wide receiver as well. We have to take advantage of that and just do what we do best. You know, we got to play some good defense. Get to Baker. I know we can. We did it before, so just excited to see what this defense does, bouncing back, and then also seeing Ebiketie having the pressure that he had last week. That impressed me, but we need to get to the quarterback more now. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, man, I agree. I'm not going to be shocked if we see Simmons not play. I think he's not just questionable; he's doubtful. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him this Sunday. Now, the good news is Tampa Bay is out there 1 and 2 wide receiver, and Chris Godwin and I forget the other guy, Evan.
Mike Evans.
Yeah, Mike Evans. So the Falcons really have to take advantage of that, and this is where your secondary really can help out your pass rush here. If you can lock down their guys, and now I know Tampa's got, I can't remember the other guy's name, but yes, if you can lock down these wide receivers, which you should be able to do without Goodwin and Evans there, you should be okay with Richie Grant out there. Now, again, this is where I'm saying your secondary can really help out your pass rush. You can lock down these wide receivers. Now Baker has got to hold on to the ball for a tick more, half a tick more. Now maybe Grady gets in the backfield. Now maybe you got Ebiketie. Maybe Rook shows up, So it's going to be really important that, that our secondary performs this week. This has to be a big bounce back game.
We need it
all the way around. And I think it was Jesse Bates that said, pretty much said that we're making up for the Seattle game because we were atrocious. And he was right. They were atrocious. The whole team all around, outside of Tyler Algier and Bijan and the offensive line, really just didn't have anything going for it. So I think you're going to be okay if Simmons doesn't play. Again, he's not just questionable, he's doubtful. So I'm not going to be surprised not to see him out there. I think that Richie is more than capable of stepping up, filling in, and doing a job, especially because Tampa Bay is hurt. And like you said, Phil, we've got to take advantage of this. Tampa loses to the Ravens. So, as much as that loss still sucks and it still, it still counts, you can kind of wash it here. This is where you can take control of the division right here. Tampa Bay. Right now, week 8.
That's 4 dubs in the NFC South.
That's it. 4 dubs, clean slate on the NFC South.
You bring your broom out.
Yes, if you can bring the broom out, sweep the Bucs, it goes a long way. I hate to say that a week 8 matchup is a must-win, but this is a must-win game. Win it, and you control the South. You control your destiny because New Orleans is ass, and we already know what the Carolina Panthers are. So if you can keep the Bucs out of it by beating them and owning the tiebreaker over them, we're sitting pretty, boys.
We are. I agree 100%.
Take it away, Mr. Robert. Stage is yours.
Well, one thing that the defense cannot afford to do is to expect Tampa Bay to be run heavy because, they're going to be short their top 2 receivers, but they're going to try to exploit, our defense with Justin being out. They're going to try to throw the ball, and I think they're going to try to do it early. So we got to be prepared. And like I said, got to lock down those receivers. That tight end of theirs, Otten? Just got to do what you got to do. Richie's a seasoned veteran. I think he's going to fill in just fine. It's going to be a close contest, I think. But this is a winnable game for us. We need this. Yeah, we laid an egg last week against the Seahawks, but I'd rather have a reality check in week 7 than, week 16.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
got to put it behind us. We got to get this win.
Bounce back. Gotta
Yep,
bounce back.
exactly.
Agree 100%, man. We're going to head over to Philip. Before we get that, there is some more before we get to the comment section. Shout out to everybody that's commenting. If you're here in the live chat, leave a comment so we can read your comment and get to your guys' questions. Episode 100 here tonight, man. We want to hear from everybody that supports the channel. Please leave a comment, leave a question here for DFU to answer, and make this show continue running. Philip, a couple more, Robert, obviously, and Cody. Some big names here on the injury report. Another week of Troy Anderson being out. Ryan Nuzil, your starting center, your backup center, but now is your starting center. Ryan Nuzil is questionable to play Sunday. Antonio Hamilton, another depth player, questionable. And a guy that is very, very rare to me to see here, Matthew Judon, unspecified.
Interesting.
Let's see. Matthew Judon. Let's see.
I didn't see him.
Wednesday,
Maybe.
he had a light practice. Thursday, no practice. Friday, no practice.
I didn't see that earlier.
I didn't either.
Might just be rest. I don't know.
Well, it could be rest, or we're at that time of year in Georgia. I'm obviously dealing with allergies. Maybe he is too. So
Okay. I'm checking it out now.
It's
I'm checking it out now.
That's
Injury. True. It says injury status. Matthew Judon, not injury related, with a dash rest.
Yeah. See,
He's
he's either sick or he's. So I'm not too worried about that.
Like small illness or something like kind of like what we got going on now.
With
sinus pressure.
With a Matthew Judon, let's see. He practiced. He had a full practice Wednesday, full light practice Thursday, full practice on Friday. It doesn't give a game status, but I'm sure with that full practice, 2 full practices in the week, he will be a go Sunday. Matthew Judon, thank you for coming back, brother. God, thank you for that blessing. Matthew Judon not going for the entire season because, guys, the game went south when I said Matthew Judon. Matthew Bergeron did not. When Matthew Bergeron left the game,
that
was tough.
That was tough to see.
You lost everything.
That was tough to see. I'm glad he's okay though, because they said it was his neck. That's a scary injury in football. So for him to be okay, man, it's truly blessed.
Justin Simmons with the nagging hamstring injury. Light practice Wednesday, light practice Thursday. Did not practice Friday. So Friday, obviously, hamstring still tweaked. Hasn't fully stretched it out yet. So obviously rest Justin Simmons because Dirty Birds, we did take an L Sunday, but this deep race to the playoff is not over with. And you want these players when it comes to week 12, week 14, first round in the playoffs. No matter how far you make it, you want these teams for the long stretch. Wild card. I'll say, dude, Falcons, just get back in the playoffs. Just give me a playoff game. That's all I want from you guys.
We keep winning, man. We're on a good pace right now. We're in a race for second or to keep third. That's a good, to me, that's
with the Vikings losing, Philip, with the Vikings losing here back-to-back 2 L's, that brings you within a 1-game reach there of the top spot here in the NFC. Obviously, the Lions making a big statement with their couple of wins here the past few weeks, but you have a chance. You have a chance to get back in that number 1, number 2 seed here.
Well, and don't forget, boys, we play Minnesota this year.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon, like 4 weeks, correct? In like 3 to 4 weeks, I believe.
It's in a couple games.
3 or 4 weeks.
Yep.
So you have a big matchup there. That's another big game here early into the season. I personally think the Falcons are ready for it. I'm going to pull a clip up here in a minute, but before we do that, we'll get to I got to find it. I got to pull it up here. So while y'all chat, I will look it up. But headed to the comment section. Cassie Keeler here in the chat, as always, says, rise up. Congratulations. Happy 100. Shout out. Appreciate the happy 100. We could not be any more praise that you gave us, your husband here that's directly below me, to do the podcast with us, and for you to be in the comment section. Shout out to Cassie Keeler. Avno in the chat says, still top of the NFC South. Yes, sir. Rise up, baby. Rise up. JP Hilbert said, hey, guys, stopping in to say hi, and thanks, Rob, for introducing me to this page. But my Dodgers are playing game 1 of the World Series. Rise up. Hey, man, Not a Dodgers fan, but I know how that must feel as to be a fan. When the Braves were in it, it was crazy, man. So I know you're riding high right now. Best of luck to you. Stormy Sapp in the chat said, "Happy 100. Rise up." Shout out to Mama in the chat with the happy 100.
Let's talk about it though. It's tough. No, like I'm pretty sure none of us here are Dodgers or Yankees fans. Like, if you're a Braves fan, you hate them both. So, like, who do you root for? Who do we lose? Like, overall, like, you just gotta hear a nagging, like, constant Yankees fan how they got so many championships, and you just gotta, or if the Dodgers win, you just got to hear Dodgers fans. You know, we hate them. So
Is Dylan still on that Dodger fan phase, or he's?
You know, I don't know, to be honest. You know, I'm gonna call him out.
He did attend the Braves game with us.
I'm gonna call him out. He was.
JP Hibbert with the happy 100, guys. We appreciate it, man. Glad to have you here in the comment section. Sterling Woods in the chat said this defense has to put pressure on Baker. For the Falcons, let's come out fast and limit the penalties. Those false starts hurt us. Falcon fans, let's talk about it, because Sunday there was a lot of emotions on the table. Everybody was pissed about the game. I did not give my all last Sunday on the podcast, so we're going to speak about it now. The first drive Sunday, you get 3 false start penalties back to back to back in your home stadium, not on the road, in your home stadium, back to back to back. Falcon fans, we must talk about it. Sterling Woods, thank you for bringing this topic.
Let's talk about another thing that really ticked me off being inside there. It didn't even feel like a home game. Mm-hmm. Everybody was quiet from the start of the game.
Phil, I don't want to interrupt you. Continue on where you're at. But how about the fan base in Atlanta that are a Seattle club fan base in Atlanta? Like, they call themselves Seattle, Georgia fan base or fan club. Like, at least 200 of them at the tailgate.
And there was at least 200.
Falcon fans, stop selling your tickets. Do not buy season tickets if you're not going to go to the game. Please stop selling tickets.
This is the thing. You had the real ones in there, and we were loud. They were the real ones was loud, but out of everybody, we had the numbers over them bad. But just them 200 people was louder than us, and it's not even the people that's down for our team like that, because we were cheering every time we had a chance, you know. But the rest of I don't know if there wasn't just no hostility to the game, so nobody felt like they, you know, needed to be into it like I was. I'm into everything.
But that rivalry is there, Philip.
That's what I said. Even I take it back from back in 2016 as well, 2012, you know, but 2016 mainly when we're in Seattle and we didn't get a call on the Julio thing. Yeah. Like, bro, I take it back to 2012 as well. Like, Matt Ryan's first ever playoff win. Like, that, to me, it's just
this comment here, man. Alberto, man, you're crazy for that comment. I'm gonna show it here in a minute. Philip, continue on.
I'm sorry. We got to do better, bro. We had like maybe thousands of fans, and there was maybe 200 of us that was loud to their 200, which was freaking going wild the entire time. Like, when I say loud,
let's be honest, and I don't want to be this type of fan because I hate fans that say this.
We have fair weather fans.
Give us something to cheer for, but let's be honest. Sunday in the Benz, the Seahawks was the better team. The Seahawks were the performers, as you want to call it. You call it entertainment league. Well, that's what the Seattle Seahawks did Sunday in the Benz. In your trap, as Kirk Cousins would say, walk in your trap, take over your trap. And that's what happened Sunday in the Benz.
Like, you can't be mad at their fans for cheering the way they did. No. They had the right to be. And we had moments where we could have too, but it just didn't get loud. It just something when I walked in, it didn't feel no, you know, hostility to the game, or like just having a good little back and forth with a Seahawks fan, because nobody was out there having fun like that. It was just chill. Like, it was a chill game. I mean, Cody can probably confirm that as well. Like, it was just, I don't know. It was just a weird day.
Cody, your thoughts on Sunday in the Benz? Obviously, starting drive, you give 3 back-to-back false start penalties here at the home stadium. Cody, your thoughts on the offense performance Sunday? and just the overall crowd of how Sunday played out in the Benz.
Yeah, you can't come out at home and have 3 back-to-back false starts. That is unexcusable. It wasn't even loud, so it's not like you couldn't hear a snap count. That is just flat out. It's lazy, man. There's no other way to put it. I don't care what any player has come out and said. I don't care, what excuse people want to give. It was lazy football. That was what I was afraid we were going to do against Carolina. I think it was one of those things the guys were like, look, the Seattle team just came off a, ass whooping from the 49ers. They're going to come into our building. They're not going to have energy. They're not going to, and we are going to walk all over them. And that's not what happened. We came out flat. Everybody did. The fans, the players, the play calling, all of it.
It was a full, complete team loss.
It was fans included, man.
Yeah,
I don't know if you motherfucker. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know if y'all are more. I don't know if
Cody, this is a PG-13 channel, dude. There's kids watching
I almost
this
dropped
show.
it.
My niece is in my mom's living room right now.
I was gonna say, I don't know if the fans were more excited about going and getting cardboard head cutouts than they were for the actual game, because that's what I thought. So I was watching.
I got my cousin with me, bro.
Cody called him out on the cardboard cutout.
I'm telling you, man. I watched more people go down. Like, we went and got ours, then got to where we were standing,
right,
and then we were locked in. And I was watching people, had to go to the restroom, and I'm still watching people trying to get all the cardboard cutout heads. It's like, get your asses in your seat.
They're
only giving you one. Now, I didn't wind up with all of them, but we're not going to talk about it. But I showed up early enough to get all of them. So, I mean, I'll try to keep this story long and this long story short. It is hard to get rowdy against Seattle fans, man. The game that y'all were talking about where Julio gets held, I was at that game in Seattle.
Shit.
And I tell you what, Seattle Seahawks fans are some of the most mellow people on the planet. I don't
because
get it.
weed's legal in Seattle. What do you expect?
They're the 12th man for a reason, bro.
I could not. I mean, they were loud. Don't get me wrong, they were loud, but okay. So I've been to Falcons versus Cardinals, Cowboys. I've seen our Falcons play a lot of people, on the road. Before I moved out here to Georgia, that was the only way I could watch them was away. Away games,
right?
Unless we flew out here. And other teams' fans, Cardinals and Cowboy fans, are just, they're ugly, they're nasty, and you want to get up and be loud against them. But, when we were in Seattle, I wore Falcon stuff all the time. Hey, I can't wait for the game. It's going to be such a great game, man. Yeah. And we're so excited. And when Julio makes that catch, all the Falcon fans stand up and, yell the Julio thing. This girl turns around and looks at me and kind of gives me the look. I'm going, all right, here's the one. This is going to be the one that I go jaw back and forth with all game. She goes, hey, man. She goes, Julio, he's special. He's a great player. I really like him. If I wasn't a Seahawks fan, I'd be a Julio Jones fan. I'm going, what is going on? So, I mean, it is kind of tough to get up against their but that's no excuse, man. As fans, we've got to come out excited and pumped up and ready to go, too.
Yeah.
Find a reason to hate them.
They're the 12th man for a reason. They're loud.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
are
they
loud.
are the 12th man.
But, as fans, you have to find a reason to hate them that Sunday. You have to find a reason to get up and be loud.
It ain't
because
nothing personal, but
it's just not exactly.
It's just that Sunday, unless you're a Bucs fan or
exactly.
Saints or
it's
Panthers.
Just, and I don't know if it was the thing, too, fans going, hey, we just came off a hell of a game against the New Orleans Saints. We just came off a thriller beating Tampa Bay in overtime on Thursday. We just got done ghetto stomping the Panthers. And so people come in and relax. Quit coming in and relax. It's the NFL. I don't care if it's a Cleveland Browns coming. You should be acting like they're 0, not
me struggle
16-0, and that they're going to come in and kick your teeth in. They should do the same thing with the Seattle Seahawks.
This is what made me struggle to understand. I seen something earlier that day heading up to Atlanta. Okay, that they were one of the top 5 teams that struggled in the red zone, and we just let them walk in that thing like it was nothing, bro. The whole entire game, I'm just like this on the ledge, thinking, wait, what the hell is going on? We played so good against these 3 rival teams, and 2 of them was tough. I ain't even gonna lie. Tampa Bay was the toughest one of them all. and we played a good game, and we just
Philip,
played
that game, that one game,
this Sunday. Like it was
that
just
one
awful.
game is where every bit of my worries for this defense started. Tampa Bay versus the Atlanta Falcons first
They
matchup.
exposed us a little bit.
They did terribly in the run game. We gave up one run after halftime that put them across the field. It took them 3 plays after halftime to put up 7 points.
And the one thing I respect Zach Robinson on, they were one of the top 5 teams that was bad on the run, and we exposed Seattle with that. But we went away from that for some reason.
You did not run Tyler Algier near enough. 5 touches for 35 yards, I believe it was, averaging 7 yards a carry. Give Tyler Algier the ball. He just ran for 100 yards the previous week.
And
come on, bro.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Cody, but we were sitting there at the stadium, or any of y'all really, correct me if I'm wrong, but sitting there, I think it was before half, we seen Tyler Algier. I was like, run him. Okay, he got that one touch. After half, I don't think I've seen him touch the ball or field once.
I don't think he
touched the ball. No injury reported, no injury updated to the website. Nothing.
Well, and I know Bijan had, was kind of rocking and rolling too, and I can hate this. I hate this when coaches think, "Oh, well, your running back's on a roll. Keep feeding him." Okay, well that's fantastic, but Tyler was on a roll too. Give the ball to Tyler.
Feed both.
Give the ball to Tyler. I don't know what these last 7 games that they're not seeing or whatever Zach's not seeing. If you give Tyler the ball, we have success. He's had success running the ball, even when we're struggling to run. I don't think Tyler's running average has been below 5 all year.
Carolina game proves it.
Yeah,
dude is like that.
He is him. That's the only thing you can say about Tyler Algier. He is him. I don't think at any point that we've struggled to run the ball, I don't even think of the Steeler game when we were really struggling, that Tyler wasn't averaging 5+ yards a carry. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you've got a running back that all season through 7 games is averaging over 5 yards a carry, maybe he needs the ball more. I love Bijan, and I'll kiss Bijan's butt all day because, again, Bijan is he, him, and he's the dude. But so is Tyler, man. Tyler's got 1,000-yard rushing season. Tyler's proved that if you give me the ball, I can bust heads and break tackles. He just won angry run of the week against Carolina. It took 7 of their guys and 25 yards to bring him down. He doesn't stop moving. Give him the ball. You have to, because you ran Bijan into the ground, and there were points. So I was looking at it, I'm going, Bijan's worn out.
Yeah, dude, he just broke a 35-yard run, and you're running back on the field for a 1st and 10. Like, Get the kid a break, dude. Where's Tyler Algier in this rotation? But Philip, before we get started, I know we can talk Falcon football all night. Robert, obviously the question's coming to you next, sir. Alberto in the chat said, fellas, what's good? Rise up ATL. Atlanta United playing in the playoffs against Messi in Miami. Let's get this Florida win. And then Falcons win Sunday. LFG, let's go. D. Sloan in the chat said, what's up, fellas? Congratulations on the 100th episode. The Falcons will remain at number 1. We run the South. Let's go, Falcons. Rise up, D. Sloan. He is a dirty bird in the dirty bird nest. He's a leader. D. Sloan's a captain there in the bird nest. So shout out to D. Sloan. Alberto in the chat said, is there a reward for turning in the bird lady? Sheesh.
Oh,
does anybody? Do you guys know the bird lady?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Oh, Philip.
Philip.
Dude, we're gonna be the podcast that talks about it, and we're gonna get copyrighted for it. I don't care.
Before we do this,
but
shout out to Bijan.
Philip, continue on.
But Bijan, you do look good in a UGA shirt, by the way.
Oh,
Go Dogs!
Man, don't do that to Bijan.
Love you, brother, but you look good.
He got it.
You look good in red and black, baby.
Yes, he does.
Only if he had actually done it.
So somebody explain to me about the bird lady. Like,
so I would say, I'm sure you've seen her, Philip. She's the one that she literally dressed as. So this lady, and I can't remember her name. She sets up like Falcon parties, like tailgates, away games, like doing stuff. You kind of like a.
I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna get the actual.
I'll do it. I'll say, but but she does like what's the group that
The Rise Up Tour.
Like the Rise Up Tour. She's not part of them by any means,
Right.
but she does, she does stuff like that. And so people are handing her money hand and fist. She was actually, do you remember when we went to the Super Bowl in 2016?
Right.
She had said that she was going to get a bus a bunch of Falcon fans, have, these elaborate tailgates and all this stuff. Well, she pockets all that money, dude. And then when it's time to get on a bus, there's no bus. There's no tickets to the game.
This lady
There's
was in
no
the Super
food.
Bowl while Falcon fans were waiting for a ride to the Super Bowl.
Come out. This is why she was always in that one section too.
Yep.
That is why the past 3 games I've been to, I have not seen her since.
Well, but see, this is the thing that I don't get is like, this is big news and people keep giving her money. I don't know who she's scamming or who isn't figuring this out. But if there is a reward money for turning her in, I know how to find her. I know exactly. I know where she'll be in 2 days. In 2 days. Her ticket's already been paid for by somebody else's money.
That is awful,
dude. It's bad.
Please, anybody do not. That goes for anybody though. Don't fall for that unless it's some like the Rise Up Tour that that is something that is 100%.
Oh, she's
proof.
How much money? Oh, God, I'm trying to remember So for the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, she scammed.
God.
She scammed. It was like, I think it was like 150 people, and she walked away with like $45,000 that these people paid because it was supposed to include your bus ride. It was supposed to include your tailgate. It was supposed to include your ticket to the Super Bowl, and it was supposed to include like something else, like a Falcon after party or whatever.
Yo, what?
And, yeah, dude, it's insane the amount of money.
The ultimate finesse. What?
Well, she's such dude. They've got her picture hanging up in Mercedes Benz, and it's like 250 foot wide, 300 foot tall.
That is wild.
They officially took that down.
Oh, did they take that down? Good.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to find this video, man, because I want y'all to see this. I want all Falcon fans to see this.
I did not know that. That is crazy. This is the first time I've heard about it.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Man, anybody listening, watching, or after, do not fall for anything.
No, man, I'll say that's a hell of a way to get your way to the Super Bowl, But yeah, man, she's that's how she gets into these games, and where she sits is because she scams other Falcon fans, and it's kind of like. Dude,
but what's crazy is you would figure people would, they would have
over 14K people.
You figured they would finally be like, oh, she's scamming us.
Well, after the Super Bowl was when I couldn't believe it. Then when I saw it was happening again, I'm going, did nobody hear about this after, the Super Bowl was happening? Back in 2016.
She got caught in 2016 as well.
Yes, she was. So this was a story back in 2016.
See, I didn't know that.
And this is taking forever for me to find.
So when she got caught in 2016, they did some investigating, and she had been doing it since 2000. I think 2010.
Oh,
she had been running this scam.
That is, what? For right now, that's been 14 years.
Yeah, 14 years of scamming other Falcon fans, man.
Bro, no.
Dude, it's insane.
Y'all be careful with that, bro. Y'all be careful. Y'all be careful out there. That is crazy, dude. I feel sketchy about, certain people making logos for certain people.
Right.
I'm not gonna scam anybody by any means, but I know they're like, some people's like, okay, I want to see the work before you pay me.
Yep.
So I have to add watermark to it before I do that, so they won't steal it. You know what I mean? Yep. But
Here we go.
That's crazy.
Yep, check this out. This is nuts.
That's crazy.
Across the country are calling out an Atlanta Falcons super fan who calls herself the Bird Lady.
They he has taken thousands of dollars from them for tail. It never actually happened. Atlanta News Sports investigative reporter Anastasia Almos reports.
When the Falcons took on the Chiefs here in Atlanta just a couple weeks ago, a Chiefs fan group says that they paid the Bird Lady nearly $15,000 to host a tailgate right here. Except when they showed up, it looked exactly like this, empty. Our investigation found this isn't the first time.
We showed up and we saw this.
Nothing was not the kind of tailgate more than 300 Chiefs fans paid for when their team played the Falcons in Atlanta on September 22nd.
She's supposed to bring food. She's supposed to bring games. She's supposed to bring TVs.
She is Carolyn Freeman from Macon, but she calls herself the Atlanta Falcons Bird Lady. She's not on the NFL team's payroll, but she was named a 2016 Bud Light NFL Superfan, recently featured in a Wilson Sports Superfan Tailgate Series,
It's game day.
and on an Equifax billboard in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
She made it sound as if it was a fundraiser for her nonprofit.
Her nonprofit, Bird Lady Cares Inc., is listed on the philanthropic research website GuideStar as serving children affected by abuse, domestic violence, and bullying.
This is the contract that she provided.
With a contract signed, Southwood says their records show fans paid Bird Lady Cares Inc. more than $14,000
to do a tailgate.
Southwood says Freeman gave them coordinates for the tailgate that led fans from all over the country to a lot off Vine Street near the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
She called that morning at like 10:30 and said she had a medical emergency, but she would be there by 1:30.
And when 1:30 came, Southwood says the Bird Lady had a new excuse.
I'm still on my way. I got pulled over by the police because my trailer's too heavy.
She never showed.
About third quarter, texts just start flying that the Bird Lady was in the building at the game.
If this sounds familiar, it's because it is. Atlanta News First reported on a similar incident involving the Bird Lady in 2017.
Upset, hurt. It was $416.
A group of Falcons fans say they paid the Bird Lady hundreds of dollars for an all-inclusive bus trip to Super Bowl 51 in Houston, but they say the buses never came to pick them up. The fans claim Freeman went to the game and Sports Illustrated featured her as a human of the Super Bowl, where she stated she was bedridden for 12 years and lived off a disability check.
We all believed everything he said.
That's the Bird Lady herself. After the Super Bowl, she told one of our Atlanta News First reporters that the bus company she planned the trip with scammed her.
He was just so believable.
We were able to confirm at least 3 fans that paid the bus company directly got refunds. But we also found the Georgia Seahawkers fan club claimed Freeman did the same thing with their tailgate months before that 2017 Super Bowl.
To this day, people go, do you remember that tailgate back then?
The organizer says Freeman told her she was affiliated with the Falcons.
And it was her job to sort of be the ambassador for away fans traveling to Atlanta.
They say she took thousands of dollars from them via PayPal, but come game day, nearly 1,000 Seahawks fans, including players' families, lined up and waited hours for nothing. We don't know what Freeman used the tailgate funds for.
Crazy,
Atlanta News
bro.
First investigates. It's confirmed she is a season ticket holder with a personal seat license at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, a price tag of thousands of dollars a year.
I just want her to pay the money
I don't know how
back
she pays for
or
it.
pay for her actions.
We reached out to Freeman via phone, text, and social media, but she has not answered.
That lady shouldn't be able to be in the stadium, let alone call herself anything affiliated with the Atlanta Falcons.
The Falcons organization tells me that this is a legal matter and they can't comment. However, I was able to confirm that Equifax will be taking down that billboard featuring the Bird Lady this week. I reached out to the Bird Lady several times and still no answer. Reporting here in Atlanta, I'm Anastasia Olmos. Atlanta News First investigates.
Sheesh. Falcon
Dude.
fans.
Thousands.
Be
dude.
careful who you send your money to, Falcon fans. Be careful.
Well,
I'm
Robert,
not
this is-
laughing because
did
it's
we ever-
a scam, but it's crazy.
Well, and Arthur Blank is going to do the right thing, and I guarantee you, there's going to be no more Bird Lady. Her seats are going to be pulled from her. There's no way, man. Haha. When you do it to, no haha. When you do it to visiting fans, it's disgusting either way. But to sit there and say that you're associated with our team, it's funny because the wife just walked in and she goes, "Oh my God, is that the lady that was at the Matt Ryan thing? I talked to her." And it's like, yeah, that's her. And so, she didn't even, she didn't know. And it's just like, man, like you say, man, you have to be careful who you give your money to. Rise Up Tour, is the only group, since, I've joined this podcast that I would even remotely trust with anything like that. Unless the Atlanta Falcons physically reach out, I wouldn't trust anybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert, do me a favor, brother. Read that comment there for me.
Oh, shoot, dude, I ain't got my glasses. I'm blind as a bat.
I got you. Hey, I got you, homie. I got you. Stonewood says, let's be honest, the Falcons needed a wake-up call. Kirko wasn't there. Albno with the chat right after Stonewood says, another thing, Kirk has to slow it down while passing. The 2 interceptions were rough. I get he's under pressure, but some passes were not accurate and were high. I will agree. The Drake London catch, I'm blaming Drake London. I'm blaming that interception on Drake London. The other one, the other pass, you're 100% correct. Way too high. Got unsettled in the pocket as you speak on, slowing down, making the pass. Something we've seen kind of all year from Kirk. There's games where he's really comfortable in the pocket. But then we also have to look at the stipulations Sunday when Matthew Bergeron left the game. Yeah. The pressure was crazy. Defense was really in his face there for a while. And that's what I think sickened me the most from that game, because to have – such a high rolling team that's coming off of 3 wins, and then you come in and you take that big of a beating in your home stadium. That's why I think Sunday, man, you bounce back and you make a statement Sunday in the NFC South. 95 North Falcon Talk Shows in the chat, man. Shout out to this brother here. Berto in the chat said, fellas, congratulations on the 100th episode. You guys have been grinding. Proud to see y'all's work, man. Shout out to 95 North Talk Show, man. Him and Smitty were the first 2 to reach out to me when I started this channel. And got your boy on his first ever John Abraham interview. Thanks to the man upstairs, we were able to interview John Abraham here because of that opportunity that 95 North Talk Show gave me. Abraham obviously responded because he had spoken with me before. So shout out to 95 North Talk Show, man. They done big things here for the channel, and I always appreciate 95 North Talk Show and Smitty. Got to get you guys on soon, man. We gotta communicate about that, Berto. Sterling Woods in the chat says, let's talk about the defense. Where were they? The defense is soft. AJ was getting manhandled. Starting, obviously bounced it around the table, man. AJ Terrell, the viral video of DK Metcalf with the hand to the throat.
Yeah, I need you to pull this picture up because I got some. I got something.
I got you.
I got something for AJ, man. Because I'll say I've got something for you here.
Speak on it. Y'all speak on it.
Go ahead, Philip, and then I'll get into it.
Well, I mean, speaking about that one play, you got disrespected. You got punked out. I ain't gonna lie to you. He owned you. He was walking you like you was a literal chihuahua on a leash. He was walking you with that one hand. But overall, as a defense, they were not there. They seemed out of it, really. It seemed like they were just dazed and confused, honestly. Just like they wasn't there, like they didn't show up to play, which was the whole team. But it kind of shocked me, though, because we have stars on our defense, and it just looks, I don't know, it was just, how do I put it? Like, it was just like it was frustrating to see your star players get done like that when you know they can do better. You know what I mean? Like, you know the potential, you know what they got and what they can do, how they play normally. It was just frustrating to see how they were like just punked out, really. Like they were just the Carolina Panthers, really. Like that's how their offense seemed like they looked at us. Like how every other team looks at Carolina. And I don't like that. So I'm gonna need y'all to pick it up this Sunday and ball out for me one time.
Here you go, guys. Here we go, guys. I got the video for you. We'll show it on the video. Damn a picture. We'll.
Walker takes it in for a Seahawks touchdown. The backup right tackle, boom, goes on Judon, locks him up, creates that same style of offense in the Seattle Seahawks.
There's Walker, first down inside the 10, the 5 to the end zone.
Dennis Walker takes.
No, don't do my boy like that.
Dude, that man had him in the air, shaking him for all his money, dude.
See them gloves there, man. Don't do my boy like that, bro. Stop.
Shit. Talk about it, Cody.
All right.
Ricky, appreciate the 100, brother.
So this is my thing. We have come on this podcast and we have defended AJ Terrell. We have. All of us have. We've come on here and said this man deserved to get paid, and I still think he deserved to get paid. However, this shit was sad. You got dog walked like you were DJ Metcalf's puppy.
Yep.
That is the lackluster, half-hearted, half bullcrap effort.
Quick.
This dude had you by the neck, and you're sitting there. That's your effort. That
Listen.
is not worth the contract that we gave you. There was zero effort, and it was embarrassing, and it's disgusting to see. That is not the effort that you put in when you were getting walked like a dog. I'm not saying you got to punch the dude in the face. I'm not saying draw a penalty, but how on earth, as a grown man, are you going to let another grown man put his hands on your neck and dog walk you like that?
Gotta fight back.
That was ridiculous. And that sums up the whole football game Sunday against Seattle. That right there, that effort by A.J. Terrell is exactly what that whole game felt like. That was it. Now, I was lucky. Now, it's a good thing I didn't see it while I was in the stadium, because somebody would have called 1-800, the fan or whatever, and I would have been removed from the stadium, because that is absolute horse garbage.
1-800.
That was ridiculous. That is how that sets a tempo when your superstar with the cardboard, he didn't get a cardboard cutout, but you know what? There's a reason. It's because of crap like that. That's why you didn't get your face passed around like Grady Jarrett and all these other guys did. It's because that's the kind of effort you're going to put in. DJ Metcalf already owns your ass when it comes to the red zone. And now you're going to let him out physical you like that? That is garbage. That is not what we paid you, the money that we paid you. That is garbage. If I was the coach, if I'm Coach Raw and I see that video, not only are all the videos that are going around on the internet showing you getting your ass walked like a dog, going up in the meeting and going, this is unacceptable and this isn't all right and this isn't okay, you would be running all practice. And you would be practicing against Grady Jarrett. And we would be finding a way to make you physically tough, because there is no reason another grown man on a football team.
But bro, you remember the year that the Panthers came to the Benz and AJ done the same exact thing to one of their receivers?
Yes.
Like he jacked him by the neck and like after the play and walked him down. I'm like, where was that at with DK Metcalf? Like, I would take a flag there, AJ. I don't give a damn if you come back with a flag there, because
you got to fight back.
The play was already given up. The play was given up, but make a statement, because once that happened, I'm sure you guys could feel it. The stadium probably turned sides when that happened, because they see their number one cornerback being dog walked. You have no hope when it comes to that side of the field now.
There was no hope.
Well, it's not even, it's not even the fact that he dog walked him like that, man. I understand DJ Metcalf's, almost twice your size and is a lot bigger than you are, but the fact that there was no effort there, that was pitiful. And that's how that game felt all day. It felt like Seattle had their neck on the fans. Seattle had their neck on our defense, on our offense, and they dog walked us. And it's because of that kind of effort. Like I say, if I was Coach Raw, I'm showing all these ridiculous videos of him getting dog walked like that and be like, this effort's not okay. Because that is not, and that would, every time AJ came out, that song would be playing. Walk it out, because that's exactly what he did.
God,
he quit on that play. Now, I'm not saying he's going to make the tackle and it changes the game and it switches momentum, but there is no way you should allow that.
It just didn't look like he had no effort in the get off of that. So it was just like, get off me. It was just. I'm gonna
punch
take
him
it.
in the.
I'm gonna take it. Oh no!
Like you said, Chase. At that point in the game, it's probably over. I don't remember exactly what point in the game that.
Well, you still had the chance to come back, but the play was already in the end zone. You gave up the touchdown, so take the flag.
Yeah, smack him in the face. Like I said, I'm not saying you got to tear. I'm not saying you got to tear off his helmet like what was it, Andre Brown and whoever for Tennessee. I'm not saying that you got to start a brawl, but good Lord, how are you going to let another man walk you like a dog in the NFL? I could have gone out there and given that effort.
Yeah. Robert, your thoughts on the situation there with AJ?
I agree with Cody. AJ we spent a first round pick on this guy. And, it just reminded me like, nowadays, you're getting dog walked. He might as well just, pulled out his phone, took a selfie and screamed, I'm the victim here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we've all come to AJ's defense. I haven't seen the effort from him this year now that he's got his contract. I mean, I hope that, I hope this was a wake-up call. But if this is the best effort that you can get out of your CB1, might have to make a change eventually, no matter what you're paying.
Tough to that, as you stated, that big contract that the Atlanta Falcons just forked out. Shout out to the Appleton County Pirates because he's taking it to the house. Touchdown here. Pirates go up 21-0, man. Shout out to the high school team, the hometown Appleton County Pirates, baby. Touchdown against Cook County. Falcon fans, Robert, Cody, Philip, you all bring a great aspect when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons. Obviously, with when the team's winning, man, and when the team's losing, we can still find a way to be positive about the team and still give the hard, cold facts about the Atlanta Falcons, man. So always a pleasure to have my co-host here on the chat, man. Shout out to the Dixon Ray because they have made their way over to DFU. Dixon Way Raid, Hampstead in the chat. Mac J Man in the chat. Golden Dollar in the chat. Morgantron Prime is in the chat. Dr. Dixon, BHD, the blues physician, is in the chat. Breeze 1500 ATL Rise Up is in the chat. And obviously the Dixon Way is in the chat. Shout out to everybody that came up from the Dixon Way to show their raid here, man. Shout out to the Dixon Way and what he does on his channel. Much love, brother. Greatly appreciated here on episode 100 here for the chat. Hit that like button, Falcon fans. Dixon Way Raid. Hit that like. Leave a subscribe if you haven't already, man. We're on the road to 1K. Falcon fans, it has almost been an hour podcast here on the channel as we always reach our goal of an hour. We could go all night, but we all have busy schedules, man. So shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight and was able to talk Falcon football. We will be live Sunday before the game. I'm not going to give you a specific time, but we will be live Sunday before the game. We will bring you your game day expectations, your score predictions, what to look for, your updated injury report Sunday before the game, spoilers, players to watch out for, and highlights, obviously, at halftime or after the game. Philip started off with the shout-outs, man. It's been a great episode 100. I'm glad that everybody could be here for this episode. I'm glad everybody was here in the comments, leaving your comments, your likes. Without you guys, this isn't possible, man. Philip, take it away, brother.
First things first, shout out to my God, man. It is a blessing to be here again with no lag, no anything. I got Wi-Fi back. Lights are obviously back. Been had that, but everything's back to normal. Getting back from this a month ago from when we had the hurricane. So blessed to be here. Shout out to the team, man. We got to come in Sunday into Tampa. It's gonna get tough. Hospital is hard there, but we can do it. We're down. We have to take care. We got to take care of business and take over their.
Take over their trap, baby.
It is what it is, man. You know what I mean? So we got to take care of business. We're back at war. Let's do it. Let's solidify this sweep, the NFC South, and let's take off with it, man. So shout out to you guys in the comment section. It's always a blessing to see everybody comment, man. We're going to try to keep this thing rolling, obviously, and, we'll push out more and more content, man, as we go along the way with y'all riding with us. So we appreciate y'all. And as always, baby, rise up.
Robert, Cody, one of you two guys.
Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, no, shout out to you guys for being here, especially being part of episode 100, man. Been super grateful that, y'all brought me along on this journey, man. This has been a blast. I've loved doing this, since, man, February, or however long ago it's been. I love coming on and talking Falcon football with y'all. It doesn't matter how rough work has been. It doesn't matter how bad the week's been, how tough the Falcon losses have been. Getting on to, come talk Falcon football with you boys is definitely one of the better parts of my week. So, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's made this possible. You Chase, starting, with One Time with the Fan, from their support to, the Rise Up Tour, from, all these guys that, showed support to our channel that have helped us grow. The Dixon Way raids, that have started to come in and all that stuff, man. Shout out to everybody that's liked, subscribed, who's watched our videos, watched our shorts, it's just awesome, man. The goal is 1,000 by the time the season, ends, hopefully sooner than that, but so shout out to everybody. It's definitely special. We've got something going here, boys. I think we're going to keep cooking before you know it. we'll be the #1 Falcon podcast, and hopefully one day be the official Atlanta Falcon podcast, because that'd be great, man. Could you imagine being on the Falcon payroll to talk about the Falcons, dude? It would be a dream come true. I can't wait till I can turn in my 2-week notice on that one. But until then, I can't wait to continue to do this with you boys, continue to grow with you. This is an extended family, man, because it's not just Falcon football. We're there for each other, for everything, when it comes to family, a hurricane, my dad passing away, things of that nature, man. This has just been a blessing. It absolutely has been. So definitely shout out to that. Shout out to AJ Terrell. Thanks for making my throat hurt again, man. For the rant I went on. But you know what? We're past it. We're on to Tampa Bay. We're gonna bounce back. We're gonna be okay. Go handle your business in Tampa Bay and take control of this division. Outrun the South, like Coach Ross says. Outrun the South, and we got this. Rise up, boys.
Oh yeah, one more shout out. Shout out to my cousin right here, man. You play better this weekend, and then I'll get to say you like that. You know what I mean? So I hope you like this shout out to my cousin here, man. Gonna go back in the corner over here, but yeah, shout out to my cousin.
Mr. Robert, man, glad to have you here tonight for episode 100, the newest addition to DFU here. Robert, glad to have you, man. Shout outs for tonight.
Well, shout out to my Lord and Savior up above. Without him, nothing's possible. Shout out to you guys for letting me be a part of this. It's an honor. It's a privilege. Like Cody said, no matter how bad the work week is or, what we're going through, we can always, count on each other and, talk Falcon football, brightens things up. Shout out to my boy, JP Hilbert, who come on tonight. I know he's pulling hard for his Dodgers. That guy bleeds Dodger blue. He is a huge fan. I'm glad he took time out to check us out tonight. And, of course, shout out to Brianna, Peyton, Zach, and Christy. Love y'all. Rise up.
Absolutely, man. Rise up. Big game Sunday here for the NFC South for your Atlanta Falcons. Take the broom out Sunday, sweep the Buccaneers. That's the goal anyway. That's the plan. DFU will be there live to talk about it with you guys before the game Sunday. Falcon fans, tune in. You're not going to want to miss the coverage we have here. Game day predictions, score predictions, what to watch for, who to watch for. DFU coming at you with a couple of hot takes Sunday morning before the Falcons' official Week 8 game here, your 4th NFC South divisional opponent matchup. Falcon fans, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, man. Ooh. DFU is doing big things, man, and we on episode 100, so many more episodes to come. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, because without you guys, this is not possible. Philip, go ahead.
There's one more thing. This isn't just taking over the NFC South. This is taking back our record over them. This is our chance to own everything. We own the Panthers, obviously. Those are our pets. We own the Saints. That we could go back and forth, but we got to solidify that too. But this is our chance to take back over the Bucs. We can own it this year, own the South, and move on with it, man. We can do it starting this Sunday, and we're gonna do it. That is a spoiler, not a prediction. Get ready for it, baby. Rise up.
Yes, sir.
Big things coming Sunday here for the Atlanta Falcons, man. You're top of the NFC South. Dirty Birds take on the number 2 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can you sweep the Bucs? That's the episode. Episode 101 coming at you live Sunday, man. So be sure to tune in. Falcon fans, thank you humbly for supporting the channel, man. Without you guys, we wouldn't have made it to episode 50, but you guys continue to support, continue to bring love here to the channel. 100th episode here for DFU is now in the books, man. 444 subscribers before we reached our 100th episode, guys. Being a new podcaster, I'd say that's pretty darn well, man. So let's continue to roll. If we can get another 440 by our 200th episode, man, we're balling, man. Shout out to everybody here in the comment section, man. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Raheem Morris, man. Obviously, as every coach after an L, they catch the heat, as well as Jimmy Lake, as well as Zach Robinson. But these guys are a young crew. You're going to have your ups and downs throughout the season. And to me, Sunday was just one of those downs. So let's hope that you're back on the up, you're back rising. You're going to signify performance off of what happened with the Buccaneers against, I mean, obviously you all seen that on national TV. They got demolished by the Ravens, and then they made a late quarter comeback, injured both Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So Falcon fans, you have the up Sunday. Make it happen. Go get the dub. 2 games up on the NFC South if you win Sunday. Man, you're looking nice. You're looking nice. Falcon fans, be here for the live podcast Sunday before the Falcons take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. As always, it's been a great stream here for DFU. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boys from DFU, man. A-Town down. Rise up.